A short story that I know you guys are going to appreciate and get a good laugh out of. All about a guy who has the pleasure of assisting the police in putting his former gold digging and now criminal former fiancee behind bars after she did something really dumb to try to get even with him for dumping her. Titled, Am I the a-hole for cooperating with the police after my ex-fiancee committed $67,000 in identity fraud because I wouldn't fund her $90,000 dream wedding? And a shout out to the dude that sent this to me. I forgot to write your name down, but you know who you are. Stop being cheap is what my fiancée said when I told her I couldn't afford a $90,000 wedding on my $68,000 salary. She said it right in front of me, in front of her mother too. We were at her parents' house going over wedding plans, and I just explained to her that I could not contribute. I could contribute like $15,000 if we saved for another year. Her mom's face went tight, and my fiancé actually laughed at me. Not a nervous laugh, a mean one. Well, last time I checked, it's tradition that the bride's family pays for the wedding. Not the guy or the guy's family. Guy's family usually pays for the honeymoon or something like that, or the rehearsal dinner, if memory serves. That's how things work. She says, my parents will never forgive you if you embarrass our family with some backyard barbecue wedding. This is supposed to be my day. Here we go. My day. Your day is going to be in prison, honey, pretty soon. No, it's both parties' day. Well, I looked at her dad thinking he'd say something reasonable, but he just shrugged and said that their family had a reputation to maintain. That's when I knew I was screwed no matter what I did. Dude, how you not saw the true colors earlier, I will never know. My fiancée had shown me her Pinterest board months earlier. Ice sculptures, a live band, and a DJ. A live band and a DJ? That's stupid. An open bar with premium spirits only. Dinner service with 3 entree options. She wanted 250 guests. I worked as a mid-level analyst. The math did not add up. And why aren't you dumping her right now, dude? Well, her mom said to me that your cousin had a beautiful wedding and her husband makes less than you. Her parents pay for half, I said. Well, that's what family does, she replied. My parents were retired and living on Social Security. I'd already told my fiancée this multiple times. Well, she doesn't care. Well, the argument got worse from there. My fiancée started crying and saying I clearly didn't love her enough. Her mother suggested I take out loans because that's what investment in marriage looks like. And her dad said if I was a real man, I would figure it out. Investment in marriage? The only party that benefits from an investment in marriage, if you will, is the woman. Because for the guy, it's like literally taking your money and going to the casino and putting that amount of money on the roulette table, picking a number, 21, and hoping that's what you hit and benefit and from that. That's about as far as the investment goes for a guy if he's investing in a marriage here. With a woman, it's like going to the roulette table at best and putting on red or black. Well, I left and spent the whole night thinking about it, and by morning I knew what I had to do. I called off the engagement. Thank the Lord. My fiancée absolutely lost it. She called me 47 times in one day. I showed up at my apartment banging on the door at 11 p.m. screaming that I was ruining her life. Tough shit, a-hole. Also, her friends bombarded me on social media, calling me every name that you can imagine. Her mother left me a voicemail saying I destroyed her daughter's future and that I was a pathetic excuse for a man. No, he's a hero. He redeemed himself. That's what he's done. If he married her, he'd be a pathetic excuse for a man. But of course, the whole social media shaming and all that. Well, I blocked everyone and moved on with my life. It hurt like hell, but I knew I'd done something quite bad. Well, 6 months went by, and I started seeing someone new. Nothing serious quite yet. Then last week, I got a call from a number I did not recognize. Well, it was my ex-fiancée, and she was crying so hard I could barely understand her. She was going full Tusken Raider, huh? She said to me, you need to help me. The police are involved. There's a fraud investigation. This guy's like, what? Why'd I pick up the phone? Never pick up the phone on a phone number you don't know, guys, especially nowadays. Well, my stomach dropped. What are you talking about? I said. Well, that's what she told me. After she called off the wedding, she'd been so angry with me that she decided to teach me a lesson about what I'd lost. She took out credit cards in both our names. It turns out she had my social security number from when we looked into getting a joint bank account before the engagement fell apart. Oh boy, that's fraud. Taking his social security number and opening credit cards. Now listen to this. Well, she maxed out all three credit cards for $67,000 in total debt. She bought designer bags, jewelry, a trip to Bali with her friends, and she'd been making minimum payments for months and thought she'd gotten away with it. How could she possibly think that she'd gotten away with it? Eventually, he's going to find out about this through a credit report or something like that. Come on here, and then he'll know who did it, right? But then she said she met somebody new, some guy with money. She told him that she had a little credit card debt, and he offered to help her consolidate and pay it off. So he pulled her credit report, and then he found the fraud. He immediately broke up with her and reported it to the authorities, and now she has detectives calling her. The credit card companies were investigating, and she was looking at potential criminal charges. Yeah, nice move, genius. I mean, I bet she thought that at the end of the day, if she got busted, this guy was probably just too nice and certainly wouldn't do anything like that. Or how funny is it that guy she was with, notice how she found another guy real quick 6 months later? Hilarious. She said, I panicked, okay. She sobbed and cried into the phone, saying, I was hurt and angry and just want you to feel as bad as I did. I thought you just paid off and move on. $67,000? Yeah, because most people are just walking around $67,000 like pocket change and like, okay, no big deal. This chick is nuts. I said to her, you thought I'd pay 67 grand and move on? I'll tell them, and she says, I'll tell them it was a misunderstanding between us. I'll say we were still engaged and you gave me permission. I said to her, we were not still engaged. I had the breakup text to prove it. She then went quiet. Then she said, please don't cooperate with the investigation. Just tell them that you don't want to press charges. He says, I absolutely am cooperating, and you committed fraud. She then started screaming at me again on the phone. Man, remember her mom saying that you're ruining my daughter's life? No, your daughter's doing a good job on her own. She was calling me vindictive and cruel, saying she could go to prison and it would be my fault for being so bitter about the wedding. Bitter about the wedding? No, she was bitter about the wedding. She committed fraud. And might I add, guys, this is going to do damage to his freaking credit score, which he'll need if he wants to buy a house or take out a loan to buy a car or anything like that. It's going to take time to clear up his credit report. Well, I hung up on her. Well, since then, I've talked to the police, provided all my documentation providing that we'd broken up before the cards were open, and filed my own report. My credit is getting fixed. The detective said she's likely facing felony charges, and the evidence is pretty clear-cut. Well, if it's felony, wouldn't it be the FBI on this? I don't know. Someone can let me know. Her mother called me yesterday from a different phone number. Oh, let me guess. The mother's saying, you're ruining my daughter's life. She said I was destroying her daughter's life over a mistake, and that if I had any decency, I'd refuse to testify. I hung up on her too. Damn. Well, my new girlfriend says I'm doing the right thing, but my brother thinks I should have just let it go since she's clearly struggling enough already. Well, smack to the brother. What do you want to bet that brother probably had a crush on her, or maybe she's trying to work the brother or something. My brother said pressing charges seems harsh and that maybe she was just in a bad mental state after the breakup. Who freaking cares? Okay, fine, asshole. You can pay the $67,000 and you can go deal with her. What a moron. Whole world full of guys like that. But she stole my identity and racked up nearly $70,000 in fraudulent debt. She was planning to just stick me with it and walk away. And she only came crying to me when her new boyfriend discovered it, not because she felt guilty. Am I the a-hole for cooperating with the fraud investigation against my ex-fiancee? Smack! You know darn well you're not the a-hole. Your brother is a moron. Okay, go smack him. And SSM said hello. You're doing the absolute right thing. Thank God you ended with her. I don't know how the hell you're with her so long, but maybe perhaps her true harpy colors, gold digger colors didn't come out until You proposed to her, and I'm willing to bet you she never gave back the ring. So there you go, guys. That's a pretty funny one. That she's getting exactly what she deserves, and I can literally see her promising to get quite frisky and physical with the fraud investigators and the police or any federal agents or anybody else that potentially could get her off. But I think it's hilarious on multiple fronts, and not to mention the fact that the guy she was with turned her in, because obviously you could see that she was a scumbag. So good for this guy. And no, he is not the a-hole.